Welcome back, everybody. This is Trading Basics, Volume 8. Today we're going to discuss market orders and limit orders. So let's jump right into this chart right here. This chart, this ticker symbol here is the DIA. That's the Dow Jones Industrial Average. And this is an index fund that can be traded. I've got it opened up in my Webull account. You can get up to 12 free stocks if you click the link below in my YouTube video description. And if you join through that link, I really like Webull. You got a ton of information here. You got volume analysis. There's tons of tools. We'll get into that later. But let's just jump right into what is a market order and a limit order. So let's just say I'm going to look to go long. Dow Jones been coming down. And I'm thinking, we got a little top here, a few bottoms here. So let's put in a support right about there. That's at 333 and 40 cents. So what I could do is come over here to buy, right? And I'm going to click buy if I want to buy there. And then on this order type, I can do a limit order or a market order. We'll get into these other ones later. Limit order allows me to place an order for any amount at that price. So I said 333.40, and then you would put your quantity of shares in here. Just say you wanted to buy 10 shares. And what that's going to do is that's going to put an order for 10 shares exactly at that price. And then the price will have to come down to there, and somebody will have to sell their shares to you at that price. That's a limit order. So you have to get filled. Now what a market order is, now let's change this to market, and you'll notice that that price goes away. Because what a market order is going to do is it's going to immediately fill you at this price, at the current price, or at the first price that someone is selling at, right? So you would get filled around this price on a market order. That's going to be an immediate fill. So on limit orders, I use limit orders most of the time when I'm entering a trade. I use them sometimes when I'm exiting a trade, but most of the time when I'm exiting a trade, I will market order and just get out of that trade immediately. Sometimes I get limit fills when I'm exiting, but generally that's how I use it. A limit order can be used when you want to get a fill at a certain price and you're a little more patient and you really just want to wait to get filled at this price. You'd rather wait for it to come down here. A market order is, I think it's going to bounce now. I'm going to go on ahead and buy here, okay, or short, whichever one. Another thing is, you could say, I think it's going to bottom from right here, 335 to this 333. You can say, okay, I think it's going to bottom somewhere in this range. And this is actually how I get filled on trades. I would never go all in at one price. I layer in a range. And if I don't get filled all the way down here, that's fine. I got some up here and all the way to the middle. Let's say it stops right here. I would have gotten at least somewhat filled in that position. Let's say it turns around and bounces here. But as we covered in the earlier videos, I'm on a 1 hour time frame here. It's always good to zoom out and go to the daily and see what your macro trend is, right? You've had quite a good rally here, and now you're breaking down, right? So it looks like we've got trend line that went up here, something like that. Right, you could have drawn a trend line like that. That's broken. Structure's broken. We'll get into some more indicators later that will show you why most likely this has a little continuation to the downside now. You've now made a lower low, but I wouldn't short from right here personally. I always wait for the bounce. Remember, we covered those moving average videos before, and that's going to kind of show you where a good entry would be on this, right? But this was more about limit orders and market orders. So think about what kind of order you want to get in, and is it immediate or do you have a little time? And I think you should kind of map out where you want to get in and try to use limit orders as often as possible, and that's going to make you more accurate. Thank you very much for joining us on this video. The next video will be on risk management, and I believe that is the most important when you're trading. So come back and join us soon for risk management. Thank you very much. Have